go, 'cause your love is what I want, babe.
Hi guys, how are you? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Wanjiri Ngugi, and today I'm going to share a video with you about how my life has changed since I moved from Kenya to America, because yeah, a lot has really changed, both good and bad, but I appreciate everything that has happened and I'm so grateful. Like, I'm super grateful that I came to America, and I would love for everybody, like, you do not know like how this changes you, and it changes you for better. Like the things you see, the exposure you get, the things that you experience generally, it makes you want to think differently and makes you want to see things differently. So yeah, I came here in the year 2018 February, stayed for some time, went back, then came back on 2019. Yeah, I came back in 2019, and it's been awesome throughout, and I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm happy. And if you ever get an opportunity, please do come. You can watch a video on this channel. I've talked about how to apply for a green card, because that's the easiest way that you can come to America. So when I was back in Kenya, I was just a regular stay-at-home mom of one kid. I was not working. It was just that. My life was quite easy, so to say. I was so laid back, quite relaxed, no pressure, and I was like, I'll say I was content because I didn't know any better. I was not content because I was supposed to, but I did not know any better. But the moment I got to this place, so much like happened. My mind really opened up, and I'm so grateful for this, like, for the opportunity, because were it not for the opportunity, maybe I'll have remained the same, and that sucks. So nobody wants to remain the same. So yeah, as I've told you, I was a stay-at-home mom to one. Like, my days were just regular, waking up at 9 or 8 or later than that, because at the end of the day I'm not going anywhere, and just doing my regular stuff like the house chores and everything, and taking care of the baby. But now here, I'm still a mother, but now I have to work. Like, I work, I do the cooking, I do the cleaning, everything, and I take care of the baby. If the baby needs to go to the doctor, I have to take the baby to the doctor. Like, it's quite hectic, more than it was back home, you know. Back home in Kenya, it's easier to hire help for your child or to do your chores, but here it's really expensive. You cannot afford it. It's not so many people can afford having a nanny or having any help. But the good thing about here, things are very simplified. Like, let's say something like laundry, you don't have to do laundry the hard way. We have washing machines, you have dryers. If it's dishes, you don't have to go the long way of doing things. Things are really simplified, not as home. Another thing, you don't have to always cook. There are restaurants where you can buy food. They're reliable, they're very affordable. So if let's say you're so tired, you don't have time to cook, you can order food out or eat from a restaurant at a reasonable price. So back home, I will not even dread eating in a restaurant, because to me it was wastage of money to some extent. But right here it became a norm. Like, I don't feel bad making an order for food, because maybe I do not have time to cook. It's very convenient. But back home, I always used to eat fresh food, no refrigerator, like no leftovers. Like right here, let's say you cook, you're free on Monday, you have to batch cook food for the whole week. I'm not saying it's bad, but if I had an option, I would go the fresh way all the way. So when talking about food here is mostly GMO. Like back home, we were used to having organic food. So yeah, that's another change. It's not a bad change, but it's not something that I would have thought would have ever happened. Another thing that really changed is that the mind openness. Let me tell you guys, the moment like I got here, it opened so many opportunities of what I've been taking for granted back home to how important it is if only I were keen enough to see those areas, or to see those little opportunities that were there that I could have taken advantage of. But because I was so relaxed, so laid back, so not worrying so much about the future, it's like I had I had a blurred vision, like I couldn't see further. I only saw today and never thought about the future. Being here has made me really think about the future, not only my future and my children's, but the future of a country, or the future of people as a country in whole. Because one thing about America, they do not do things for themselves. They do things for the future generations. If they're doing investments, if they're building stuff, they're not building them for them. Like, yeah, it's gonna benefit them, but they have in mind the future generations. That's why sometimes I find myself getting so frustrated when I think about, let's say, most African countries and its leaders. They are very selfish. Like, they are more self-centered than the leaders are here. They have the interest of people at heart, but back home it's personal interest. And it makes me think that if I did not see this, I would have just been confined to thinking that it's okay, but it's not. So that's a very big difference.